pre-recorded live before a studio audience of stuffed animals. From our Boston studios comes the Comics Coffee Table. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern daily. Subscribe, turn on those notifications, ring that bell. If I can catch the live chat premiere and be part of that conversation, I will always try to be there. It's good to see you all. It's good to see the new faces. And you can keep the conversation continuing. The Comic Book Shop-Style Conversation in the comments section. Seriously. Grab a cuppa. Pull up a chair to our coffee table. Leave the real world problems over there for just a couple of minutes in a day and take a break and take your mind off of your mind. And join us in some comic book shop-style conversations. We love comic books. If you love comic books as much as we do, you are in the right place at the right time. Being on YouTube, it could be any time that you can fit in your break. Come to this coffee table and just join us. Turn on the live chat premiere, the replay. That's a good idea. I mean, and to be part of the conversation, just add a comment. We can all see it. You know what I mean? You're part of this conversation too. Just add to it. So thank you so very much for tuning in today. The Comic Book Coffee Table started last year with this coffee table book. It's a 365 days book. It's called The Golden Age of DC Comics, 365 Days. 2004, Anchor Press, written and curated by Les Daniels and Chip Kidd with photographs by Jeff Spear. And it was a great look into the past, into publishing, into the genesis of this incredible mythology that we've inherited today, that we still pay attention to, like 84, 85 years later. 1938 was Action Comics #1. Superman, the premiere of him, and the beginning of the golden age of comic books. And we're still basking in the glow of that golden glow, aren't we? Indeed. I brought snacks today. I got cheese and crackers. I got some Munster cheese. Monster cheese! Monster cheese. Oh. I got some coffee. What do you got? Have a snack. Take a break. How are you? I hope you're doing awesome. I hope you're running your shit and not having your shit run you. Stand up to your shit and run it. Make the choice. It's hard. There's an intrinsic switch to be made. You can run. I have to run my mood, or my mood will run me. I have to run my emotions, or my emotions will run me. I have to run my professional kitchen as a professional chef, or my kitchen and the day will run me, and it would run me into the ground. Make the choice. Cheers. Slancha. Skol. Genki. Prost. Obrigado. Awesome. We are rebagging, reboarding, and reboxing my entire collection this year. Along the way, I am getting a ballpark estimate of what my collection is worth. I'm using these two awesome publications from Overstreet, the Overstreet Guide to Grading Comics, and the Overstreet Comic Book Price Guide, 52nd edition for 2002-2003. These are industry standards. Yeah, I find this to be a really awesome way to spend my time and to express my love for my lifelong hobby. I'm a lifelong comics fan, and this is new information to me. Really, especially the guide to grading comics. This is wonderful. The 10-point grading system and the criteria of what constitutes dings. Yeah, little imperfections, little the scratches, spine roll, corners, staples, tear, corner, page whiteness. There are so many different criteria for that. Rust migrated, spine split, stamps, cover creases, stress lines, missing pieces, coupon cut. How about that? Amateur repairs, acid odor. Indeed. Huh. That's it's all information to me, and I'm glad to have been in this learning experience, this and doing it with you all, seriously. And this is a great book. I like this book a lot. It's the second year in a row I bought one. I'll buy it again next year and the year after that. Yeah, and you can find links to both of these publications in the description to their Amazon pages, where you can get your own copies and you can play along at home. My parents got these books for me for Christmas last year, so this season is dedicated to my parents. Thank you very much. I love you. And since we're reboxing, reboarding, and rebagging my entire collection, I'm taking this opportunity, and I do it every show to remind everyone, because it's that important, because we have new people showing up every day. Every time you open a good comic book should be accessible to a new reader. And that's why it uses expository language like, Wolverine, sheathe your adamantium claws, in your berserker rage. How many times did Cyclops say that? I mean, it was over and over again. But that's part of being a comic book reader, a comic book fan. You appreciate that stuff. And I appreciate my local comic book shop. Honestly, this show is for fun. It's for entertainment purposes only, so I am not a professional grader. If you have any questions about the value or condition of your comic book, please bring it to your local comic book shop. They will be able to grade your comic or give you the most professional advice on where to get it done professionally, too. Slabbed, perhaps? You never know. Depends on what kind of comic it is. I don't have any slabbed comics. They do not interest me. Why? I like to read them. I used to roll them up and put them in my back pocket. Yeah, seriously, that's part of like the spinner rack culture, the newsstand. While I'm at the local comic book shop, I'm making a conscious choice to buy my supplies there. My short boxes, my acid-free boards, and my snugs, my bags. I made a commitment to doing that. I could be ordering them from my online supply chain with the free shipping and the built-in movie network. You know which one I'm talking about. And getting a price break and delivery. But I'd rather buy my stuff at the comic book shop, because when their comic book shop closes, it's like a star extinguishes in the night sky. It'll never to return. When these stores are gone, they're gone. Kind of like record stores or mall toy stores, Just like there will always be some kind of like niche, like little like hobby store, sure. But for the most part, it's up to us to go to our local comic book shops and to spend our money there. And I make that choice. Yes, and I am going to redistribute. I'm going to redistribute my personal wealth a little at a time, and at the local comic book shop. I hope you do too. And so yeah, let's get to we're getting more into the swing of it. To be boarding. A lot of these bags, I'm keeping a lot of the bags. You know what I mean? I gotta be frugal. I gotta use my resources wisely. So like this. Here's the DC. I call it DC Prime, the alphabetical sort. Hello. In this is just a bunch of stuff. I've made a choice. I'm going to put all the trade paperbacks into one box. I'm gonna I have them like, this is part of my JLA collection, and I also got JLA Titans. This was pretty fun. This was pretty good. But look, JLA Year One by Mark Waid, Brian Augustin, and Barry Kitson. If you couldn't have Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, or you couldn't have Wonder Woman in the... you could not have Wonder Woman in the JLA because she wasn't... she wasn't born yet. It was some weird post-crisis thing. Like, when was this written again? It was JLA Year 1 from 1999. It's pretty good, but it's like, but it's all like, well, we would call them member berries now, or nostalgia bait. But it's really decent. Mark Waid writes really great superhero stories. Yeah, but this is like just a reboot of the JLA, and having to substitute Black Canary for Wonder Woman, because canonically, I guess Wonder Woman couldn't exist yet. Post-crisis? If you know the answer to that one, let me know in the comments section, please. But yeah, I'm going to put all of my trade paperbacks together and put them into one long box. Like stuff that, okay, I was talking about being frugal and conservative with my resources. Okay. Ion. 12 issues of Ion. What the heck is this worth? Is this Kyle Rayner second go as Ion? This is after Infinite Crisis. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh. I don't know. It's not my fault. But see, that's it's a publishing thing. That's a publishing error. Yeah, that's not my. But we have creases. There's a little bit of a crack there. Crack. Got a corner. We got a little warping here, and we got like a whole lot of like I'm a huge Green Lantern fan. and I was a big Kyle Rayner fan too. So I followed Kyle Rayner's story, and he became the bearer of Ion, the Ion power. Yeah, the avatar of willpower, such as Parallax was the power, the source of the yellow, and Kyle Rayner, professionally single. I don't think this one's a superhero. But he is an artist. And he's trying to get back to his normal life. He lost his ex-girlfriend in outer space. And Jenny Lynn Hayden, otherwise known as Jade, who comes back in The Brightest Day. When was this? This is June of 2006. Am I going to give these boards? I don't think so. I'm just going to move on. I'm going to consolidate them. Maybe I should just give them a board. Come aboard. Would someone buy it if you didn't have a board? I don't know. Let's just give it a board. And double up on them. Save some space. You know? Why not? I'll give it that much, okay? Meet me halfway across the sky. But this is definitely going into the toss pot. Like, as in, like, I'm going to get rid of this. Because it's like... Overall, it's... I haven't read this, like, since. Like, sure, it suffers from spine roll. Like, it dings, of course. But overall, it's a pretty tight magazine. Well, we got a corner here, too. And a little bit of bend. But that comes from because you didn't use a backboard in the first place. But the Superman Returns game, I hear, was the best part of that movie experience. Yeah, we're just gonna put you in here and double you up. It's written by Ron Mars, who was Kyle Rayner's first writer in the first place. I got to thank him. I saw him at Wicked Boston Con last year, and I don't know about any of his online statements or positions or whatnot. But I said, hey, thanks, man. I'm a big Kyle Rayner fan, and in a time when it wasn't cool to be a Kyle Rayner fan. So I stuck with it, and I thanked him for his Kyle Rayner. And that was cool. Give me a thumbs up. Said you're welcome. It was a nice moment. I like nice moments between comic creators. I mean, I don't like the animosity. I get it. It's a tough gig. Like, social media has made has given everyone a megaphone. It's amplified everyone to the point that we don't want to listen to anyone anymore. In a way, we're listening to each other right now in the live chat and in the comment section. And it's really nice to be here. Yeah. We also got this too. The Green Lantern Corps Recharge. Jeff Johns, Dave Gibbons. We got Patrick Gleason art in here too. Where should I file this? Oh, the rest of the Green Lantern stuff. This is where I stopped buying Green Lantern Monthly. I was done after Blackest Night. I mean, Brightest Day. I didn't see any hope in it. I read it a little bit. Like, it's a nice cover. Love that Doug Mankey art, but and there's a little note for myself. See? That's my tag, my little winky. And if you're looking for Green Lantern Sinestro Corps War and Blackest Night, it's in the DC Crisis long box. A little note for myself, like, where's the rest of these Green Lantern funny books? We were kind of looking at those, I think last week or so, some Green Lanterns. The 1 year later. I really, really, really like this stuff a lot. This is Ethan. Yeah. Did you do this one too? That's Simone Bianchi. Wonderful Ethan. Some more Ethan. There's some Ethan. Ethan Van Sciver, the Public Enemy #1 bad guy in comic fandom and comic creators. He's the bad boy outlaw. Ivan Rice, though, did the internal. Ivan Rice was great. And the Daniel Acuna stuff was amazing. He draws such beautiful women. And the nice love triangle between Carol and Carol Ferris and who did this one? Venice. And his then girlfriend Cowgirl, the other Indeed. But then filed in with all the Green Lantern, all these Green Lantern floppies, is a chunk of trade paperbacks, of collections. Because this is my Green Lantern collection. And then comes all this old stuff, that I had to re-get. I had a lot of this as a kid, especially like Emerald Twilight and Emerald Dawn 1, Emerald Dawn 2. This was like my second copy, I think, lifetime of the much ballyhooed. Contains Green Lantern 83 through 87 and 89, Flash number 217 and 219, and the rarely seen GL solo story from Flash number 226. Mom called. Pause. What does the puppy use to hold forks? Pause. Oh yeah, back to it. So yeah, these are my Green Lantern books, and I love these books. I really do. I haven't read them in ages. These are great stories. Look at all these. The Road Back, Emerald Twilight, New Dawn. That's when, Baptism of Fire. And this is where it's the handoff between Hal Jordan and Kyle Rayner. And I loved Emerald Knights. That's about Green Lantern 100, and where Kyle Rayner's lost in time and he's in the past, and because he's the only Green Lantern, he brings back the cord. They call him the Torchbearer, and because he kept the fire alive and got to and this one here, Green Lantern versus Aliens. This is great. This is fun because it's a crossover between Dark Horse Comics and DC Comics, and it's there were two special issues. So you have a Hal Jordan issue, and then you have a Kyle Rayner issue. And since they're space cops, they run across xenomorphs, and so it's not like it's canonical, or it's a just so story. It's an imaginary story. Aren't they all imaginary? But yeah, so I'm like, what am I gonna do with all of the trade paperbacks, all the collections? Well, I'll put them in their own box. Maybe just like, I'd hate to get rid of them, but like, I don't know, just yeah, I don't put them on. They're not in display. I don't know. I don't know what to do with them. Emerald Allies. I loved these books too because in the end of these books, I might have talked about this a few years back. No, not a few years back, like last year-ish, when we talk about this is so heartbreaking. Kyle goes away for a year, or he goes away for a couple of months or something like that, and she cheats on him in his own apartment. He comes home and there's a guy in the shower. What a fucking bitch. But the Green Lantern timeline. Here. See, 37 years ago. 37 years ago, unknown to all, a battle between the Manhunters and the Green Lantern Corps in the atmosphere above Earth triggers a record-breaking blizzard that leaves Jonathan and Martha Kent snowed in their farm for months, long enough to pass a Kryptonian baby as their own newborn son, Clark. So here was some evidence that Clark Kent, Superman, is basically 37 or 38, maybe 38 years old, 37 years old. Exactly, yeah, and so these timelines are just, yeah, they set in the certain. This is canon. This is lore. This is also gatekeeping. Nah, fuck off. Seriously, I mean, at this point in fandoms, fandoms deserve to be gatekept, and I mean, new people are always welcome. There's a difference between gatekeeping, what you think is gatekeeping, what you think is just fans being fans and wanting just authentic, genuine representations of the classic stories, and everyone's welcome. Sorry that we, You got to fit in. Yeah, and a part of that is being likable and not an asshole. And maybe like yeah, I just there's a difference between an activist looking to change things for change, for their selfish sake, and a new person coming into a pre-existing space. And under maybe once if you can completely understand it, then be like, okay, be like Jeff Johns and maybe be the change and make the change. But you know what I mean? Hope it all fits, because then there are just fans like me that it's the biggest struggle. Like, how does this fit? Well, it keeps going on and changing. But yeah, that's a bunch of Green Lantern books, huh? So yeah, I'm gonna put all the trades together into their own box. Like this one here. This is a good one. Chuck Dixon. Scott Beatty and the writers. Javier Pulido and Marcos Martin are the pencilers. Roberto Campanello is the inker. And this was done in this this retro style. Like, this is a great story. It's Robin, year one. How old is he? How old is that Robin? That's a kid, and he's supposed to be a kid. I think Robin being a kid is a wonderful thing. The entire, aging up poor Damian Wayne to be what, 14 or 15, and then you have something stupid like this. And it's like when you age up when you have something like this resource in the back here, the Green Lantern timeline, it's when you keep aging, the sidekicks up. I mean, it really plays havoc with the eternal nature of, like, say, Superman being in his mid-30s, or Batman in his mid-30s. But what happens when you have, like, the 10-year-old Dick Grayson it's now 15 years later? Is Batman 40? I mean, these are comic book shop style conversations. In the New 52, it was the biggest deal to turn the clock back, to younger up the heroes. So all the heroes were in their mid to late 20s. It's preferably closer to the mid 20s, to make them as appealing as possible to younger readers, and to give a new lease on life to it, to breathe a new life into this old property, a new coat of paint in this, in this old town. Let's put a new coat of paint on this. Da, 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 da. Set them on up and we'll rack them on down. My terrible Tom Waits butchering of his lyrics. Yeah, but thank you so very much for tuning in today. I just we gotta get to boarding. I am literally surrounded by comic books. It's daunting because I need to do something with them, because they're in the way in a way, but that means they need to be taken care of and put out of the way, and that's part of caring for these things and for keeping a collection. We got to find a better place for it. We got to ditch the stuff that is taking up space. Let's be useful with this. And thank you so much for hanging out with us. We've been talking about comic books, and we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, and we'll find out who we're talking about when we turn the page tomorrow. Please like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. We make daily content here. Did I mention daily? We make free content for your entertainment. Well, yeah. Heck. Sorry, Dan Slott. His Twitter outrage. Boy, Sorry, Frost. G4. See how that went? Just like, no, this is just great comic shop style conversations. I am reboarding, rebagging, and reboxing my entire collection, and I'm going to get rid of some of these. I'm gonna package this Ion, and I'm gonna be like, how much can I get for this? Do I have to start an eBay account? I'll find out. Thank you so very much. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. Like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. Turn on those notifications. Ring that bell. Make it rain. Bring an umbrella? Thank you so very much. Have a great day. God bless. Namaste. Good luck, and we will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.